Alright, so this is the resupply, excluding this. Well, maybe we'll add in a little bit this, but I think Magpie and I are going to chow down on this today. So exclude that. And this is the resupply to get to Jasper, which is 6 full days of hiking. So 6 days, 6 nights, Nero in on the 7th. It is about 183 miles away. Usually we could do that in about 6 days, but this trail takes a little bit longer, as you've come to realize too watching the videos. So this should be the resupply. I might play with it a little bit. I'm not going to add way too much more, but might tweak a couple things. So 1 dinner, 2 dinner, 3 dinner, 4 dinner, 5 dinner, 6 dinners. Just your classic pasta sides, mac and cheese. I've been loving that game. Oh, I'm gonna have to get hot sauce today and spices. Yes. Okay. That's one thing that will be added to the list. Spices and hot sauce. And then we have bars. Back on the bar game. Yay. Snickers. About 1 a day. 1.5. Got about 1 pound or 2 pounds of Jubies, which is some hefty candy. Love it. About 1 pound of peanut butter M&Ms. Yes, I can do peanut butter in them. A little bit of trail mix, 3 protein bars, Magpie's game, epic. If you like fruit tasting bars, go for it. Rice Krispies, 3 protein bars, chips, cookie, Nutri-Grain, Mio's, new toothpaste. And like I said, that should be 6 full days, 6 nights. Might tweak it a little bit, add maybe a little more snackage in there. Don't really have full lunches, so I might do hot dogs out of here. I think I'm going to go back to the trading post and get hot dogs for lunches. And then we have snacks. We have Magpie over there.
Hi.
Gonna pack that out as well. And yeah, we kind of got the hiker sprawl going on. Craft root beer, so good. We got the truffle pigs, as you saw by the video last night. Banging burgers. They got ice cream right below us, and let me take you on a little tour outside. So this is the hotel, and got food right below you. Really the only place to stay in field, because that right there is the Fireweed Hostel, but it has actually closed. The railroad, I believe, has taken that land over. And yeah, really cool spot. And it's our 2nd zero on trail, so we're soaking it in. And we got the hiker sprawl. Did laundry for the first time in 10 days. Yes. And just, yeah, getting prepped for the next section. Field, it was a great call, because that you'll see in the last videos, it brutalized me. That was something. Magpie's like, oh, it's snow, I'm having so much fun.
It wasn't bad. It was like, oh, I'm just gonna pretend it's December. It's very warm for December.
Making snow angels.
Oh, I did not make snow angels.
She stripped out of all of the all right, morning folks. It is June 30th, 9:50 a.m. We stayed at the Truffle Pigs. This is the Fireweed Hostel in Field, but it is shutting down permanently because the railroad is buying it. But you can also stay at that building right there, which is the inn. I got a little video of that for you. And we're heading out today. We had a zero yesterday, which was a really nice zero. I tried to upload the most recent video. I was able to upload Coleman to Peter Lougheed for you the night before when we got in. But last night when I set the video to upload, it must have booted me off the Wi-Fi, so I wasn't able to get the segment from Peter Lougheed to here. But I'll do that in Jasper. It's all ready to go. Just got to shoot it into the YouTube channel. And yeah, packs are hefty because we got 6 full days of food. This is about 180-mile section to Jasper, and that's still putting down big miles. We got Magpie in the post office right now, and she's sending out all the excess food that we had with our resupply back home. And yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. We're gonna start walking today, get up to Assawacky Pass, about 25, 26, just kind of gradual climbing, and then from there we'll just keep cruising. So yeah, gonna be a good day. And once again, sorry I couldn't get that footage out there. I tried, but wasn't able to get it. So June 30th, and we're starting at the section from Field to Jasper. Let's go. Strut your stuff, Magpie. Strut your stuff. I'm not talking to this one. I'm talking to this little fluffers over here. Smart bird. Tried to go for my chip bag. Now it's just chilling, looking at us, being like, just you wait.
I'm gonna get your wrapper.
I'm gonna get your wrappers. Hey, Magpie. Magpie said we can't hike anymore. She said playgrounds. Playgrounds for the rest of the trail.
Named for an incident in which James Hector of the Palliser expedition was kicked by a horse.
Ooh.
The Kicking Horse River. Seems straightforward.
Why'd you name it the Kicking Horse River?
I got kicked by my horse.
This horse
Kicked me.
kicked me. Oh, okay. Makes fair enough. Yep.
I mean, that's why a lot of places are called Dead Horse Gulch or Dead Horse Pass. You're like, horse.
Poor horses.
That's rough.
So we just have to ford it to get back to the hotel. Starting off this section with the Pleasant Road walk. The PNT and the GDT are two trail systems that you don't always want road walks, but when you hit them, you're like, oh, I can actually do miles. Because the trail is sometimes not trail. So when you go in a field, you actually come this way, come off Highway 1, loop around, cross the river, then come back to the highway. And then we're gonna go find trail. Point one. When in doubt, go left. So Magpie and I agreed we don't understand that sign because we both are adamant that there's no more snow on the GDT. So no, snow doesn't exist anymore. So how can there be an avalanche area when we know there's going to be no more snow?
Well, what they really meant by that sign is that it's a place where you control avalanche explosions.
Yes, that she gave you the practical knowledge. if they heard you. But no more snow, and I feel like that's gonna really bite me in the ass this section.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, no more snow.
Canada did the same thing as the US.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah, it's a pretty shameful part of the history.
I thought Canada was all about good things.
Oh, this is a World War I camp, actually.
It must have been freezing up here.
I didn't know about this part of our history, actually.
Yeah, hard winter, geez. Wow, Canada. What? It says we're supposed to cross the natural bridge.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it let us cross this? Alright, so apparently this isn't the way that the route takes you, but we're gonna at least step on this and check it out. How was the view from up there? Huh?
Pretty cool.
Cross the river, you say? All right, GDT.
Well,
Did not take long for blowdowns to start. And in other words of wisdom, every so often Constantine has some words of wisdom for y'all. As much as you want to eat 2 muffins from the trading post, it's gonna sit heavy on that stomach, I'll tell you what.
I think every time we get out of town, you have a like, I shouldn't have eaten that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Words of wisdom.
Last time it was the cookies.
Oh God, don't eat, yeah, don't eat an entire bag of cookies. I got a bag of cookies coming out of town though, I'll tell you that.
Be downwind of someone who's eaten an entire bag of cookies, I'll tell you what.
Magpie's words of wisdom. PNT vibing today, folks. PNT vibing. Those blowdowns on that quote unquote trail become pretty hefty and sometimes unsurpassable. So we reroute into no trail. Yep. All right, mile 342.5-ish. First good water we've seen since leaving field.
It's nice water.
It's very good water. You don't want to drink that river water. Got hella bushwacky. Past 2-3 miles, blowdown city, schwacky, something.
There are caterpillars in my pants.
If you didn't pick that up on the GoPro, Magpie said with a good face on, there are caterpillars in my pants.
There are. I walked through like a web of like 40 of them, and then I cried a little bit because they were all over me and I didn't like it.
She does not like caterpillars in her pants.
Not a big fan.
All right, we're gonna grub down. All right, I forgot to film this. Take 2. That's what happens when you go through Blowdown Central. You walk with untied shoelaces the entire time.
Unless you like are a normal thru hiker and wear gaiters.
She said unless you're a normal thru hiker and wear gaiters, but
I don't actually like these shoes or these gaiters very much, but they're the ones I have, so.
gotta say, what would you rather have though? A gaiter, another piece of gear, or untied shoelaces?
I'd rather have a gaiter.
Yeah, you're probably the minority though.
No, I don't think so.
So after that lunch spot where we stopped, mile 342.5, I believe, trail gets better. It's not as much blowdowns. The blowdowns is what takes time. It's still really overgrown, but in the overgrown sections, you know, you can just push through. It's just, yeah, car washy when it rains. As you can see, it's been raining a little bit. Not terrible. Once again, would much rather do this. Thought I heard something than those blowdowns. Those blowdowns are like gymnastics. Whew. Sorry, I keep hearing something to my left. All right, gonna keep on pushing through the brush. Up and up and up and up and up and up. Like clockwork, the 3 o'clock rain about to get super car washy. Magpie, is it a little, oh, wet? It's a tiny bit wet, you say? Why is that so whited out? The colors are just whited out.
The sky?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really overcast.
You look wet.
It's a little wet.
Yeah?
It's been raining.
Little car washy?
A little car washy.
Alright, so that was Owens Creek Bridge, mile 350, and we are officially over halfway down this trail. Woo! As you can see, wearing cold weather gear, hopped into a thermal, got the gloves on, because we were both like, why is it so cold? Just a cold day. We're at low elevation, but just a cold day. Just pretty chilly. So now we start climbing a little bit, very gradually, and we're about 11 miles from Misc Pass. So here we go. PNT vibes.
Very much so.
It turned into straight schwack with very deep water and very car washy because it has been raining off and on for a long time. Oh. Alright, this is the first Misty River ford, and it's a little deep, the first section. And then we have a good line to get across, and that trail before this campground is non-existent. It is bushwhacking at its finest. Thick, 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 thick. So we're gonna get across this and hopefully the trail opens up for us. All right, if you're coming out of field and going northbound, really try to time it on a day that is not raining, because the car wash lifestyle is intense. You're gonna be soaked the entirety of it. And these valleys are cold, so if you can, you might not be able to avoid it, but if you can, check the weather when you're in field, and very much try to avoid a day that's forecasted for rain to do the GDT northbound out of field. It is intense. Whew. Getting a little bit better, but it always puts you back into the car wash. Whew. Oh man. All right, we are in camp. A little bit earlier than we thought. We thought we were gonna get to the top of the pass, but this trail, quote unquote, has been no trail. Thick brush, car wash, freezing cold,
100% humidity.
100% humidity. Getting close to the brink of hypothermia again. So
Like, we can see our breath not because it's below freezing, but because the water vapor in our breath is not dissipating because it's so humid.
And it's still cold.
And it's, well, it's above freezing though. It's about 10 degrees Celsius.
It's above freezing, but it's just been non-stop wet, non-stop cold. So still got about 22 miles on the day, and that was something. Shaking. It's gonna probably be raining the rest of the night, so we'll just tack on the miles till tomorrow. But whew, the boy was shivering. That was cold again. It's just GDT is always a different type of brutality. Always. All right, food time and warmth time. All right, morning. Happy July 1st.
Canada Day.
Canada Day. Let's see, Wednesday, July. Oh, it's Canada Day too. Yep. So as you saw there as well, it's a little later. We just want to get a little later out of camp because it was raining again until 6:20.
It rained all night.
Just all night. And what I found out is We were talking about midnight munching as we woke up, and I'm like, I only ate half my cookie bag. And Magpie's like, yeah, you're learning. And then I went into my food bag, and it looked like I ate 3/4 of the cookie bag. We'll even go as far as 5/6. It was way more than I thought. So she said the sleeping Blaine. Ooh, Blaine?
Sleepy brain.
The sleepy brain, which it still is, did not learn. So yeah, don't eat your entire cookie bag. When you're awake, don't eat your entire cookie bag, but also when you're asleep, turn that brain off and don't eat your entire cookie bag while you're sleeping for midnight munch. No bueno. But as you can see, there's gear just sprawled out, soaking wet everywhere. And we're gonna slowly pack up. We only got like 27 miles today.
Only, yeah.
Only. In theory, it should be easy.
13 miles of good road, and then a restored trail.
In theory, the first 5 miles getting up to Palliser Pass.
Not Palliser. Where are we going? A Misc Pass?
Anwaski Pass.
A Misc Pass.
Getting up to Anwaski Pass, the first 5 miles should be the toughest, and then after that, it should be cruisy. Good morning.
Good morning.
And her side looks cleaner than mine, actually. Somehow. What'd I do?
I don't know.
Okay, we go. Happy Canada Day. Happy July 1st. Let's keep going. The valley is faithful. Alright, so this isn't even marked on the map as a crossing. It's right after the tributary crossing. And right in there, as you can see, it's really deep. And I was gonna try to film myself going across, but it was pushing me. I almost fell. It was pushing me way too fast, and Magpie is soaked.
I went down.
She went down.
That was something.
That was scary. She's taking it way better than I would. I would be putting up the tent right now and saying it's a day.
The adrenaline's really going.
Yeah, she went down right here and got pushed to about right there. I ran down the bank and gave her the trekking pole. She said she got pushed into the bank itself anyway, but that's why you hike with a partner a lot of the times in these sketchy river sections, because if you don't get pushed into that bank and somebody's not there to grab you, it can be really, really bad because you'll just keep on going.
At least there's no like waterfall or cataract or anything.
Yeah, but still that water's ice cold. My feet are frozen. I don't know how you're doing it.
Yeah, my elbow got smacked pretty good into the bottom. I went down and it pushed me under for a second, and my funny bone is still hurting.
Ooh. And it's raining on us, and it's cold, and.
Well, I don't really care about the rain anymore because I'm soaked.
GDT. Woo, you're brutal. Wash out.
Wash out.
So this is what the vast majority of this trail is like going up to Misc Pass. It is thick brush on top of you, and then you're also walking creeks. And it's cold and it's brush. Third Misc River Crossing, and it is fast. Rope. Bring rope. Bring rope. It is quick. It took us a while to scout that out, and it is fast. And cold. Brutally cold. Oh, okay. Man, we haven't even hit snowpack, and these GDT valleys are, at least this valley. The valley coming out of field, I'll say it again, if it's raining and there's no sunshine, think about delaying taking an extra 0 or 2, because it is brutal. Whew. All right, so it's about 5 o'clock on Canada Day. Still July 1st. It is actually 5:48, 5:49, and we've done 5 miles, over 5 miles. 5.6. Well, we'll give it a good hefty round. From our camp spot this morning, I got little bits and clips of video, and as you can see, it was raining every single moment of that, as well as really intense river crossings. Magpie fell in one of those rivers, as you can see when I got video when she came out, and it's just been brushy, bushwhacky, car wash, just consistent wet. So as we were climbing up, there's the, not Assiniboine,
Misc Pass.
a Misc Pass. I didn't get video of that because at that point I was probably very hypothermic.
You were extremely hypothermic.
She says I was extremely hypothermic. Couldn't feel any part of my body. The river crossings, actually the little tributaries started to turn warm when my feet started going through them, and very sluggish, couldn't speak, couldn't move. That's the slowest my muscles ever moved. So we got to the road, started walking down the road, and about 5 minutes later, couldn't really deal with it anymore, so had to put up the tent. And trying to put up the tent, the muscles weren't working.
Yeah, you were like not responding to me when I asked you questions. I was worried, and I was fucking freezing too after getting dunked in the river.
Yeah, so we were both very borderline hypothermic.
No, not borderline. We were both very hypothermic. We were like, it was hard to get up the tent because we were shaking so hard.
Yeah, that's the slowest my muscles have ever moved. Like my mind was saying move muscles and it wouldn't open up my pack. So we got in the tent, everything was still wet. We shared body heat for like 2 hours of just shivering in one sleeping bag. And everything's still somewhat wet, but it's better. We're not on that scary kind of bridge to death land anymore. So
it's so humid.
Yeah, it's brutal. I mean, it has, as you can hear with the tent, it has non-stop rain just all day. It's just a consistent downpour, and plus that brush just re-soaking you on top of soaked every single moment.
It's so humid that the rain is like not really coming down. It's just condensing out of the air. Like there's mist everywhere, and you just can't get dry no matter what. Like, or where we're wet underneath rain jackets, like our sleeping bags are damp and they were in waterproof bags. Like,
yeah, everything was soaked.
Everything is still wet, and we've been in here for 5 hours trying to get warm.
Yeah, and
we're calling it quits for the day, I think, unless it stops raining.
Yeah, and just on this 5th hour, there is now enough energy to grab some film for you. I really wanted to, when we got in the tent, grab film, but there were other priorities. There were definitely other priorities. This is the first time on any trail system that had to set up an emergency shelter midday because it was dangerous. It was extremely dangerous. Couldn't stop shaking. It was rough. That trail, that was something. So we're chilling, as you can see. Kind of got stuff all outside, drying out-ish, but not.
No, it's not gonna get dry. Nothing is getting dry.
No, so we're talking about a 40-mile day tomorrow.
No.
We're saying in theory the trail should be fine, but
we said that yesterday too.
We said that yesterday. I'm gonna say it again. Once again, if you come out of field, go in Nobo, and you see rain on the calendar, just take an extra day in field. You're not gonna do any miles, unless you have.
Fucking cold.
Yeah, unless you're way late in the season and it's warm rain, or there's different factors. You might have better rain gear. Just take an extra day in field because that is dangerous.
This is really weird weather for the Rockies.
Yeah.
It normally doesn't just sit. It's usually like there's a thunderstorm and then it's done. Even if it drizzles on and off, it'll get warmer, but it's just been like consistently right above freezing, pouring, humid. There's no wind. Like we just poked our heads out the tent flap, and like for the first time in 2 days we can actually see separate banks of cloud moving.
Yeah, not one bank of clouds.
Just sitting there.
Yeah. That yeah, that was scary. The body was shutting down. Complete shutdown. So happy Canada Day, folks. Happy July 1st. Magpie, are you excited it's Canada Day?
Oh, no.
What a way to celebrate. Oh man, I'm laughing now, but that was brutal. That was absolutely brutal. I don't say a lot of stuff is brutal on camera, but
Well, you do on this trail.
I do on this trail. The GDT has some brutality. It's a lot of firsts on the GDT, so brutal. All right, happy Canada Day, folks. You want to say happy Canada Day?
Happy Canada Day.
That's awesome. Morning. And as you can see with this morning, it is still a tent shot, which while you guys watch this channel, these the beautiful tent shots we get. It is 8:52, July 2nd. We have almost been in this tent for 24 hours because it has been brutal. Last night was once again freezing cold. Magpie and I had kind of barely any sleep, tossed and turned all night. And we just checked the weather on the Garmin, and we now know why that yesterday was so brutal. It is 100% humidity, 100% cloud cover. We didn't check the weather yesterday, but right now it is below freezing.
It's -2 degrees Celsius plus a wind chill.
It's -2 degrees Celsius plus the wind chill. With the wind chill in Fahrenheit, I think it's like 27, 28 degrees Fahrenheit wind chill. And then you add on top of that all the consistent rain. The rain has been 100% it has not stopped raining for 2 days.
It's been freezing rain for 2 days.
Literally freezing rain for 2 days. And it's not like it will stop for even 5 minutes and then let back up. It's just
constant.
Yeah, every time I had an alarm set for 5 a.m. this morning, and it was just still consistently raining. Every time I woke up last night, consistently raining. Raining right now, and
also my phone wouldn't charge because it was so damp after being submerged that I have one of the waterproof Androids, but if the charging port gets wet, it won't let you charge it because it'll short the battery. So I had to sleep with it in my pocket with a silica packet, and just 2 minutes ago, it finally dried out enough to charge after being wet for 24 hours.
Yeah, and as you can see, we weren't super happy about it. This is the first time for both of us on any of the trails we've done, any of the ventures we've done, that we've had to set up emergency camp and actually
just hunker in,
just not do anything. And for both of us, that's not our hiking style. Usually our hiking style is, oh, if it's bad, keep going. It's gonna get it's gonna get better eventually, but you can't do that sometimes, especially on the GDT. GDT will tell you, no, you can't. And that's what we're doing. So we're gonna wait about 3 hours until around noonish. The Garmin said that it's still gonna rain on us, but it should get right outside of freezing level. So it should get to like 35 degrees Fahrenheit. And we should be dropping for the next 13 miles on this dirt road. So our plan is, get out of camp around noon. And if we hit the same spot we hit yesterday, we'll be at lower elevation, and we'll at least be able to get the road walk portion of this section out of the way, and that'll set us up for Saskatchewan tomorrow.
The Saskatchewan Crossing. We're not walking to the province of Saskatchewan.
Yeah, that would be a far walk. Saskatchewan Crossing. So yeah, we're about a day behind our original itinerary, but itineraries change on trail. It's just the first time this itinerary has changed because the terrain isn't too difficult. It's just the weather is dangerous.
If it was snow, it would be less dangerous because we wouldn't be soaked.
Yes, what she said.
But there's a ranger station at Saskatchewan Crossing, so we'll talk to them and get our permits rearranged because we're now probably 30 miles behind schedule.
Yeah, when we woke up this morning, we were about 22, which is not bad. You can always bounce that out. But yeah, a little bit behind schedule, so we'll revamp that. And yeah, just sit, do nothing again for about 3 hours. Maybe give Magpie a kiss.
Maybe go back to sleep.
Maybe go back to sleep. And yeah, this vestibule's seen some rough stuff, I'll tell you that. I'll keep it PG for y'all. This vestibule has seen some rough stuff yesterday and this morning because it's been so cold. Whew.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the gist of it. Another tent shot for y'all, July 2nd, and we'll try to get some hiking in. Cool. All right, we're out of camp. And this is what we're supposed to be walking for the next 13-ish miles. kind of a actual active logging road. So we're out of camp a little below 1 o'clock. So we'll walk this and drop some elevation. It's not dangerously cold. There were a lot of factors yesterday that made it dangerously cold. The brush, the rivers, the temperature, the rain. So right now it's just cold. So we're gonna drop some elevation and see how many miles we can get. It's supposed to continue raining almost all day today though.
Hi.
Hello. And yeah, if I see something cool, you'll see something cool. If I freeze, you'll also know that as well. Because hopefully Magpie will be able to get a post-mortem video of me.
I'll keep you alive, don't worry.
She really does. All right, we go. So that used to not be that way. A little bit of rain did a little something for that. So Magpie and I were looking at the map ahead and we're like, oh, it says the floodplain hasn't flooded in years. Yay! That means this year's our year.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see what the floodplain's about. And about we go, eh? Whoa, we switched back down into that valley.
Really?
Yeah, and then we start cutting straight across.
Oh, good.
It doesn't look eerie down there.
That looks like what we came through yesterday.
That's where they're gonna film the movie Grizzlies in the Mist.
Yeah.
2 hikers, 1,000 grizzlies. Who will win?
Yeah.
Muddy footprints. Where do the shoes and where does the mud begin? Alright, so we're switchbacking down the road to, there's a bridge that crosses the river, and then you cut up the valley to the campground, and my buff balaclava smells like ass. It is absolutely terrible inside of here, but it's cold, so I'm gonna keep wearing it. Whew, the struggles are real. And what I found out is might have left the whippet head at the camp. I am not positive because it was really tangled and I was using it as a tent stake last night, so it could be attached to the fly, but when I picked up the fly and packed it away, it didn't feel like there was something hanging off of it, but I don't know. We will see. So yeah, just switch back and down these roads. Gonna cross a bridge on a river, climb up the next road a little bit to the campground, and then we'll see what we can do from there.
You know, I always wanted to do it. Yeah, I always wanted to do it. I started hiking the trail when
Baby whirlpool. Look at how much the river is coming out of the river. Oh God. Oh God. It's not a great sign for us that the river is that far out. Ooh. But this is Blaeberry River, and it looks like a quick moving river, and I'm very happy for a bridge. And now we cut back up the valley and just keep trucking, see where we get today. Cool, cool. You guys seeing what I'm seeing? Right there is the first little patch of blue skies we have seen in 3 days. Awesome. Oh man, that feels good. Whew. Oh, a little muddy. All right, so this is Cairns Creek, and it's a river creek that's getting fed by a glacier up there. And on the maps it said this year they reinforced 2 trees that were felled 4 years ago to make a dry crossing, but it looks like they very much could have gotten swept away. So we're gonna check, we're gonna look for something. That is moving very quickly. All right, I wish I was able to get that film. So the first crossing of this creek where they said there were logs that got reinforced in 2020, no longer here. So we went across that to this bank, and then from that bank we cut across and used this log as a buffer, because this was really fast and quick and deep, and climbed up that log, got to the bank. Whew. No dry crossing, unless they re-put it in. It's not here.
Well, the 2 logs that are down there, if the river level was lower, you could probably get across.
Yeah, maybe. All right. So this is where the trail starts on the other side. Right there you can see the cairn, and yeah, they said they reinforced it in 2020, but with the past 2 days of rain, it must have gotten washed out. As you saw, we were getting poured on the entire time. These are the logs they must have reinforced because they're pretty hefty, but yeah, no longer here. So be careful crossing this creek. When I release this video, it's gonna be 2020. I don't know how many thru hikers are coming after me this year, but there's not gonna be anything up here for y'all, so be careful. Water level should be lower though. And we have a trail that way. So there might not be any bridge, but there is a brand spanking new GDT sign. Mile 376-ish, and number
17?
26.
You probably have a better idea than I do.
26 or 27. Look at that. That gives me high hopes, folks. We got high hopes. And let's see if those high hopes pay off. Awesome. 2 signs and 0.2, not bad. Uh-oh. Now it keeps us close to the river, and that's gonna probably mean, yep, yeah, that's exactly what it means.
Wet?
Wet feet. I have a very strong feeling this is the trail. Very strong feeling. Right alongside the river. Wow, GDT, you're awesome. Even created a rock wall. Look at that. Uh-huh. Good job. GDT, I love you. Good job. That is amazing. That's how far they route you from the river sometimes. But they route you actually on dry stuff. So that is pretty epic. And look at this. An even log bridge. GDT, you spoiling us. Just having slightly moderately wet feet and wet body. You're gonna make a girl blush on camera. I'm gonna be blushing for you. GDT, you are awesome. Oh, yes. So, that's the river. That's the trail. Watch where you step. But the GDT is spoiling us. They've had like 4 baby bridges across like really small streams. Wow, you guys are impressive. And I know, I just got hit by that patch of sun too. I was just about to say something like, oh my God, that is sunshine.
I can see shadows. That's pretty awesome.
Oh my God. We're getting through some good stuff, folks. Whew, spirits are up. Spirits are up and high. Whew, whew. Yes. All right, so right after that last clip of that volcanic rock, I'd been thinking bear while I was looking up that slope, and my eyes must have seen it before my mind did, because I kept looking up that slope and 2 black bears kind of just moseying their way down. Pretty big black bears, but black bears, so yeah. Huh?
Black bear.
They were chunky black bears. As you can assume, being down in this valley with all that good agua to the right of us, yeah, bear territory. Stay on your P's and Q's. Oh, you didn't get squeezed as much as I did. $28. $28. So that is not a good sign. Bridge in the middle of nowhere. We are about a half mile before Lamb Creek camp spot, and there was supposed to be a bridge over the creek, which can be a bad ford, and there's a bridge about half a mile down the river, so I'm hoping it's not the same bridge, folks. Really hoping so. So got about half a mile to Lamb Creek, and we will see if it was actually the same bridge. Really hope not. Really hope not. This trail has been fantastic so far, though. Absolutely fantastic. From that river, the creek crossing to here, well tread, just awesome. Thank you, GDTA. Thank you. All right, that metal bridge, I have no idea what that metal bridge was about, but there is in fact a bridge over the creek. Oh, and look at this, awesome camp spot too, right across the way. Oh, they even got a toilet somewhere. Trail goes up that way, and it looks like they've done maintenance there as well. Awesome, guys. Awesome, awesome. Thank you. Very cool. So cool. All right, gonna wait here for Magpie. Woohoo! All right, as you can see, I hope that wasn't too far away. Filtered some water for the pot. Yeah, filtering it up. Gonna cook mac and cheese tonight. Magpie's got, I do not know what she has yet for dinner, so that's gonna be fun as well. And yeah, we're gonna grub on down. Good day. Didn't even think we were gonna get any miles in today. Thought we would have to stay in the tent again. Got 18, 19, close to 20. I don't know. We're gonna get to Saskatchewan River Crossing tomorrow, re-up on food, and just treat from there to Jasper like a new section, because from field to there should have taken us 2 days. Took us 4 because of emergencies. And yeah, we're just gonna keep going. The trail started to get beautiful again today, and I was a big fan. Big fan. All right, cool. I believe that is numero 29. And good morning to you. We are climbing a little bit out of Lamb Creek. Today is July 3rd, and we're shooting for Saskatchewan River Crossing so we can change our date that we have a reservation in Jasper. So about 22 miles. And this is the climb for the day. Then we kind of follow a floodplain. So we'll see what that's about. First morning we woke up, there's not pouring down rain. So that's very pleasant. But yeah, everything's still wet. So we just are hoping for that sun. And it looks like it's trying to peek out for us. So, yep, July 3rd, we're cruising. Look how deep that is. So on the map system, this is Houzz Pass. The icon's still, the gut hook icon's still a mile up, but on the topo map, there's writing that says Houzz Pass, and it's right next to this lake. So
it's kind of like a pass to me. We climbed a little bit to get here.
It feels, I mean, there's nothing else. We go up, you just look, if you're going to the left, you just cruise through this valley.
You can see a good gap in the mountains.
Yeah. Ooh, I got blue skies on camera. Magpie says 29, I say 30. Who's right? And the funny thing is, she hasn't even been on some of the videos when I count them, and she's probably closer. We'll leave it up to you. It's 29 or 30, one of the two. We'll go with 30, nice round number.
There's like discernible trail, so that's nice.
Yeah, you can actually pinpoint where the trail is. Maintaining this would be really hard because the amount of snow melt that comes through here and makes it grow every year. Yeah. Well, the floodplain, in theory, it should be a floodplain of just kind of gravel and stuff that we can walk. In theory. Title of this section, in theory. Because a lot of stuff is in theory, should be easy. It's not. Coming up this pass in 1807?
June 25th too.
Oh, damn.
That's early.
That's a little early. So we both got baffled because we're like, wait, a sign in the middle of nowhere? But trail looks hella good that way, I'll tell you what. A good sitting log, folks. BC. I guess we're going back into Berta. Berta!
This pass, which links the North Saskatchewan and Columbia River systems, was known to the Aboriginal peoples of the area long before the arrival of Europeans. It was probably used from the 18th century onwards by the Chinooksa to gain access to the buffalo herds on the plains east of the mountains. 1807, David Thompson and a Northwest Company party traversed the pass, which was used by the Canadian fur traders until 1810. To explore and establish posts west of the Rockies. Joseph House, the Hudson Bay Company's employee after who the pass is named, first crossed it in 1809.
Wow. Yeah, guys, her reading these markers is a lot better than me reading these markers, huh? So, she read that for you.
I probably mispronounced Chinooksa, but...
Yeah, but she only mispronounces one word. I mispronounced the word the. So, yeah, that's a good change up. You don't have to hear my voice ramble on it. But I guess I'm rambling longer than that sign was rambling. How do you feel about the rambles?
Yeah.
She's not about the rambles today, so we'll just keep filming until she's about the rambles.
Okay.
My shoelace is untied as well. So, yeah, big sign in the middle of nowhere. Pretty sweet. That gives me faith for what we're looking at right here. It means people come back up into these woods. Hello. Camera on a camera. That might have been Conway Creek we forded. I do not know. That might have also been Conway Creek campground. So there was a trail going up and to our right, but I think we're staying on the real trail, and I think we have to ford Conway Creek here shortly. Well, there you go. All right, so we're walking the floodplain, and now we just walked this for the next, I don't know, 10, 12 miles. It's gonna bounce. There's a couple spots that might actually get a little flooded, but epic, 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 epic. You can just see all around you. There's a little bit of sun. The good life, folks. The good life. Whew. All right, this is the ford of Conway. Magpie took a better route, which is about knee high. I went right through there, which is about, I don't know, mid quad. So I thought we were running the floodplain, but you're actually supposed to cross Conway and then get on this other side. So we already crossed it, and we'll get to this other side and then keep on running. Cool. Okay, so the side we were on was actually the correct side to be on if you didn't want to ford this creek twice, but instead we're fording it twice. There's Magpie. I'm just gonna ford right here. She went a different route, so there's the plane, and that's what we run. There's Magpie. Cool. That's a 360. Awesome. I took my shoe. All right, so we just got beagled. The red route takes you away from that river up to something called a horse camp, and if you can, stay along that river because it gets boggy as hell. And I think the reason it brought us up this way was because of the horse camp, but yeah, if you can stay along that river, do. It is boggy. Y'all are gonna have to deal with a lot of footage of this. We're going that way. So, yep. Horse camp was right in those trees a little bit. It's actually.
wants us to put it back in there.
Of course it does.
We can just follow the floodplain though.
Yeah. So, we're gonna keep on cruising. I'm gonna film. I think this is gonna be a good thumbnail.
Yeah.
This part. Yeah, this part takes time shutting the range off of them. No! Fuck me, no.
What? Nervous?
No, I really want to grow. Oh. That was brutal. A-okay, baby. First time out of that rain jacket in God knows how long. I'm gonna do you a quick 360. Yeah, I agree. Pretty bad scenery. All right, so after that last break spot, I got film on the... Nah, it's not that deep.
No, it's really just in the middle.
After that film spot, I got looking out over that cliff. The trail's up in there, but it's schwacky as hell. So if you're able, just cut a straight line down the flood path. You're gonna have some channels to ford, but it's almost easier than doing that, because that's something. As you can see, wade in the water. No, not that bad. If we go out right there, it'd be deep though. Alright, so it puts you up a little cliff because, as you can see, the river runs right by the bank, so it can't keep you on the floodplain. So it puts you on a cliff for about 0.2 and then it returns you to the floodplain. Cool. So when it says cliff, it is straight cliff. You're coming straight down that line. Whew. Yeah, easy. It gets slippery. So there's another about 0.3 miles, maybe a little longer, that it takes you off of the floodplain, because as you can see, the main channel of the Houzz River is right there. And it's not that overgrown. It has a few blowdowns, but for the most part, as you can see, it's pretty well tread. Yeah, it's not that bad of a trail system, but Guthook has about a mile and a half back. It says you have to hop onto this. You can't walk the floodplain, but Magpie and I found out you could. Requires a little more fording in places, but it was still safe. This spot is a no-go because that is deep. So yeah, not too bad. Not be a day on the GDT without some rain. Without a weather system coming up our backside. Oh, GDT. We're in. We are in. Oh, there's always an alternative to the bog.
Something else got eaten.
We're in the killing fields.
Something got munched up.
Oh, it is a bald eagle.
It is a bald eagle. Another one.
All right, so we're off the floodplain. Puts you back in a trail for about I don't know, 5 miles until the road, and a couple blowdowns, a little thick in places. It's just starting to get better, about mile and some change, so it's getting clearer. But yeah, off the floodplain, but man, oh man, that floodplain, definitely one of the favorites. Definitely one of the favorites so far. So cool. Whew, couple horseflies out. I hope that shot turned out good. All right. So we were wondering why it was called Messiah Canyon, and the past 2 miles didn't really. Don't drop the GoPro. Can't see anything. Hello. Now I know. That's a canyon. And there's other people. What? All right, we go.
No maintained trail, yeah, I'd say so.
Does it say no maintained trail? Last sign said Houzz Pass 28.8 kilometers. That's at 26. Yeah. Hey. All right, so Magpie and I had to have driven by this on our beginning to the trail, right, Magpie? And believe it or not, those mountains look like they have more snow somehow now.
They do, actually.
Those past 2 days of just consistent snow. We got trash cans, but the lodge should have trash cans too.
Yeah.
So I was about to pop this video on and grab a quick clip and say, every time I hit Highway 93, feels like I've gone through a lifetime of hiking and come out a different person. And then I started cracking up to myself because I can also say every time we hit Highway 93, I can add onto my fingers a new amount of times that I've had hypothermia. So every time we hit 93, 1 or 2 more times, 3 more times, who knows how many more times of hypothermia. You gotta laugh at it because it is brutal. And Highway 93 is super busy right now. So yeah, we're cruising on down. Cool. All right, Saskatchewan Crossing. We hadn't planned on coming here, but we came here and it is open. So we're gonna hang out for a little bit. I see some benches. Try to get a drying out party going on, get some food, and yeah, it is open as of today. And today is the 3rd of July. We made it. And it's open.
And it's open.
Whew. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. As you can see, we are having a drying out party at Saskatchewan River Crossing. So, section 3.5. We got here, as you saw with that last video, and started eating. I spent about an hour on hold with booking.com because there's no Wi-Fi here to try to cancel the reservation for Jasper because we're getting in a day later. So it started to get to like 7:30 here. It started pouring down rain, and we've been soaked, we've been drenched the entire time. So we're not gonna walk out in it. Easy enough just to get a room. They had a cheap deal going on too. So we are drying out everything.
We only would have gotten 5 miles in tonight. I was all for leaving, but Constantine wanted to get warm, and I didn't argue.
Magpie said she was all for leaving, and Constantine wanted to get warm. I did want to get warm because it's section 3.5. We can't consider it a new section because we had a conversation at dinner that every section gives me a new bout of hypothermia. So, not a new section.
Because you don't want to have another bout of hypothermia.
No, we can have it just for fun.
No,
So,
I don't think so. But I hate spending money, but...
yeah, she was not about it, but... yeah, we actually get a spread out. Thank God we carried all this food. I did get Pop-Tarts, more Jubies, because you got to be about those Jubie games. Jujubes. All the rest I had. So, we're still going to do the same mileage. We were planning on getting in there on the 8th. I don't know where good lighting is. There you go. We were planning on getting in there on the 8th. We'll still do 26 instead of 21 to get in there on the 8th. Big Nero in. So it doesn't affect our plans too much. And it's nice to actually get somewhat dry. Like the sleeping bag was soaked. Tent was soaked. Mostly I was worried about this base layer because this one's not as warm. This wool one is, but it has been soaked as well. As you can see, just drenched. That is, yeah, just super, oh my God. Yeah, super drenched. Socks drenched. Might not get super dry. Their laundry facilities aren't on right now. But yeah, that's the gist of it. So section 3.5. Then tomorrow's July 4th. And we climbed the tallest peak for July 4th.
Yay!
Say wave.
Hi.
Say hi. So yeah, as you can see outside, it is a little bit rainy and cold. So we made a judgment call. And I'm happy with it. So that's it. That's the gist. All right, section 3.5, we go.